Hello, my name is Tiana and I'm a single mom that's based in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. I renovate and I do DIY without any experience whatsoever. I feel like I'm just going to give it a go. If it works, it works. Awesome. If it doesn't, I can always get someone to come out and help me out, I guess. I purchased this house about 3 or 4 months ago and I'm going room by room and decorating it, I guess. Refurbishing it, decorating it, styling it. It is an old 80s home, so initially it had pink carpets and it's yellow wall. Well, it still has yellow walls. So in this room right now that I'm doing, this is the smallest room, which is the office area. I have already changed the carpet from the pink to the grey, and I have put in 4 down lights and a fan, which I had an electrician to come and do it. This is one of the smallest rooms, so it's only 3 by 2.7 meters, I'm pretty sure. So I just wanted to spice it up a little bit, and I thought I should make this one into an office just because it's such a small space, so to make the room look bigger. I wanted to start with the doors. So what I ended up doing, I got a big sheet of 6mm MDF panel and I ended up cutting it into strips. So I did 8 long strips with my circular saw. And then I ended up doing, 12 shorter pieces. I glued and nailed all the pieces onto the door. Now I move on to the skirting boards. So I ended up going with a square base skirting board because I know in a couple of the other rooms I would like to do some paneling and I don't want the paneling to overlap. So I just thought that if I use the square base skirting board, it just might be easier for the paneling to sit on top. So now, as you can see, I'm using the other side. If you're not aware, I have never done YouTube before. I've just started recently in the last couple of 4 weeks, and I started with shorts, and I'm just learning how to record and how to edit. And this is probably my first voiceover, so I'm sorry if this is really boring and annoying. I'm just trying. Now what I'm doing, I got my orbital sander out because I ended up patching up all of the lines and the nail holes with a gap filler, and I sanded it. So after I sanded it, I did end up priming it and painting it, but what you can see, for some reason I can't seem to find the footage anywhere, so I think I might have deleted it by accident. My apologies. But first long proper video, I'm sure anyone would make mistakes. So what I ended up doing with the doors again, which is the footage that I completely missed, I ended up filling it, sanding it, priming it and painting it, and I ended up changing the door hinges to gold ones, and I got little cute gold handles for the doors as well, which I got all of it. I'm sorry, I can't even speak English. Which I got all of them from Bunnings. Now in this video, you can just see me painting. I did so much painting. What happened was the ceiling had like little spots on it. I'm not sure what it was. I don't think it wasn't, like, I'm pretty sure it wasn't mold or anything, but I think it could have been cigarette smoke. I haven't been in a house before where there was cigarette smoke, so based on Google, that's the only thing that I can really point it to. And I don't think it was any water damage, because ever since, like, or unless there maybe was water damage, but it was repaired, because I haven't had any leaks or anything like that. So based on the photos from Google, there were little tiny like yellow spots on the ceiling, which did point to cigarette smoke. I ended up painting it. So I did a ceiling paint over the top, and the actual staining still came through after the paint dried. So I had to go back, and I didn't want to keep painting over and over, hoping for it to go away. I just ended up getting some primer, and I used the Taubman's 3-in-1. And I ended up priming the ceiling with that as well. And luckily, after the one coat of primer, it didn't come through anymore. And then I ended up painting it with the ceiling paint. As you can see, all of the walls in my house are yellow. They are bright yellow. And I ended up doing a few coats of paint just to get that yellow out. After the first coat, it didn't do, you could still see yellow showing through. So I'm pretty sure I ended up doing about 3 coats of the white paint just to get that all covered up. In this video, I only ended up painting the door frame with a primer because I ended up finishing the video before I finished the door. I just ran out of time. So doing the door is going to be, I think I'm just going to post it as a short because I am thinking about, I don't want to panel the full door just because of the panel, just because of the, do you know how the door sits into the frame? If I do add panels, I think it's going to, I don't think it will close properly, and I don't feel, I'm feeling a little bit nervous to attempt to put it in and then try sanding it because I really don't want to mess the door up. I'm trying to keep everything as it came. Like I know they're just hollow doors and they're not expensive doors, but I really don't want to be getting rid of stuff if it's still usable and in really good condition. So I think with that door, I'm going to just do some, I don't know, to tell you the truth, like, I don't know, I'll have a look at it. I'm trying to do something that I don't have to sand the edging of the door frame. So if you have any ideas, please let me know. As you can see, I feel like by this video, I have really ended up putting a lot of painting in. I should have cut this down a little bit, but you know what, it's too late. And as they say, you got to start somewhere. So hopefully my next video won't be as bad, as cringy as this one, and maybe I'll know what to cut and what not to cut, like what part of the video to leave. So that's me still painting. I'm still painting. Normally I also do sand between coats. I was taught that by one of the painters that I know, just a light sand between the coats. He said that it's going to give a really good finish. I think also, I don't know how much I try and do it. I always end up getting the little like paint that has already dried or turn into little things by the end of the painting. So I'll just pick it off. As you can see in some of the parts, I'm just picking that off from the wall. Just to get the little bits out. I really don't know how to prevent that. I feel like at the beginning it's all good, but after a while it kind of starts drying off a bit. But I put a plastic bag in the plastic paint container, so I'm guessing it dries to the plastic bag and then it sticks to the brush. So maybe I shouldn't be putting the plastic bag when I'm so sick and tired of cleaning up the paint. In this actual project, I had to go through 4 paint brushes because I am a mum of 3, and there's a lot going on in my household. There's only so much I can do at a time before someone's screaming or someone needs to be picked up from childcare or something happens. So I end up wrapping the brush in a rubbish bag, in a plastic bag, and then, you know, I'm meant to come back to it and finish it, but after a couple of hours, then a few days goes by and then I'm just get sidetracked with everything, and by the time I go back to it, the brush is already dried up. So yeah, in this one I had to get a 4th brush to get me through this project. I feel like this has taken over a couple of months, like at least 6 weeks for me to get all of this done. But it is what it is, I guess. Hi, I'm back again today. Yesterday I finished painting everything apart from the door, which I will show you later. So all of the paint is done. Ceiling, I had to prime twice. The walls are down, so now it's the decorating part. This room is so tiny. It's only 2-point-something meters by 3, and I just need to try and figure out how it's all going to fit in. So yesterday I went to Kmart. I did. I went to Kmart and I got a couple of like knickknacks, but then I also went to IKEA, and I'm going to build an office desk. Put together, not really build myself, but I'm going to put together an office desk, which I'm going to put here. I've bought some IKEA wall shelves, which I'm planning on putting above, but I got 2, but I'm not sure whether I'm going to do 2 or 1. So I have to build this first, and then I'll see what looks better. And I got some roller blinds from Bunnings for $15, and I do have sheer curtains to put up as well. So let's do it. Let's see what I can get done in an hour, because I have to leave in 1 hour. So this is me putting up I think it's called the Alex table from IKEA. I am pretty sure that I was talking in this part, but then I ended up muting it because I tend to yap on sometimes, and I'm just not sure if at this point in time people do want to hear me yapping on. I'm really not sure if at this point of time anyone is even watching or listening to me, but eventually I'm sure one day someone's going to watch this, and I don't know whether they just want to see what I'm doing or whether they're happy to listen to me yap on. But you know, I'm talking right now and I keep yapping on as well, so I guess it just comes with a package. So I'm trying to figure out, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm trying to read, no, I remember. So they had no numbers on any of these parts. So everything that I took out of the box, there was no numbers to state what was what. You know, normally they'll have like A, B, or 1, 2, 3, whatever it was, nothing. So I just had to figure out which parts were which parts. So that did take a little while, to tell you the truth, because yeah, I just wasn't sure. I did my best. I figured it out in the end. Yeah, so that's just me trying to read it, just trying to build IKEA. I actually don't mind building IKEA furniture. I feel like it's really therapeutic for me, especially after I get the first thing done. I think after, like when it comes to IKEA, as soon as you get your first drawer in, and then if you have to do a few more drawers after that, everything after the first one just goes smoothly. But it's just getting through the first one that's a bit of a drama. Also, do not use a drill with IKEA furniture. I've done this multiple times, and I reckon like 1 out of 3 times I will end up busting through something or pushing something a little bit further in that I meant to. But I'm so impatient when it comes to the little like what do they call, like Allen keys that they do, and it just takes forever with an Allen key. So I always end up going to my drill, but every single time, well, not every single time, but most of the times I do end up pushing something through by accident. If you're impatient like me, you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm still reading something. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing my best. I think in this instance right there, because you can see with one of the things that I'm like giving it a little bit more time to yeah, I think it was that corner one that I ended up pushing it a little bit further than what I was meant to. So then I decided, hey, I've got a screwdriver here. I'm going to use my screwdriver. I'm going to do this. But halfway through that screwdriver, I was over it. So anything following that, I'm not sure if I have it on a video. I ended up going back to the drill, because who's got time for the little screwdriver? Opened up one of these. It's, as you can see, it's nighttime. So I picked the kids up from childcare and I'm back to it. So I'm gonna put 2 shelves. I've just done a quick measure. I ended up putting it in ChatGPT and be like, how the difference, I gave it the measurements, but I feel like the measurements that it did give me was a little bit low. Like I don't really need it. Like I can put the things up there once and then just leave it. So I feel like this would be a good height for me. Now the difference between the two, it said that I should do 30 to 40 centimeters, which would be good. So if I did 35, that means 2.5 about there. Maybe if I did 400 centimeters, which would be about there. So I think that's good. 400 centimeters, and I'm using my little Crayola pencil that I found from one of my kids, which means that the second one would be up here, which is perfect. I want that. I just have to make sure that it's straight. So I just want to get the center point straight for me. So as you can see in this part, I continue talking about the level and so forth, but I figured I don't think anyone wants to be listening to that. So I ended up just measuring everything, making sure that the shelving was straight, and then I screw the parts in. I ended up using plaster screws, so the ones that expand from the other end, they were like the metal ones, just to hold it in. And then I ended up doing, I can't even remember, maybe 6 or 4 initially, but then in the second part I ended up doing a little bit more than that, because I was just a little scared that it was going to fall, because it is you know, they do say, you know, it does hold up to 10 kilos and so forth, but then I don't know, can you really trust plaster screws? Yeah, so better to overdo it, I guess, than underdo it and have something fall on your face. Now with these little shelves, I got these from IKEA as well. I can't remember what they are called, but I love them. I used them in the last place as well, and they've held up really, really well. They were only $35, $35 or $39. My memory is a bit rubbish, so if anyone wants to know, I can find out for you. But yeah, they're actually pretty cheap and they look really nice on. And that metal bar that I'm holding, after you end up screwing it in, it's actually really sturdy. The other part, it can, like if you do push it down a bit, it's not the best, but for little knickknacks and books and like little things, nothing overly heavy, I think it's perfect, and it works really well, and especially for like $30-something, it makes the room look really nice. I like the fact that it doesn't have anything underneath, that it's just like a floating shelf. And that's just me talking again. I'm hoping that my next video is not as cringy as this one, I guess. There we are. I finally decided to do the job and screw the things in. No wonder it's taking me a couple of months just to do one little tiny room. I feel like maybe if I stop talking so much, it'd be a little bit easier. I started renovating about 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago. Do you know what? It was actually a little bit longer than that, I think. I grew up without a father, and I remember back when I was a bit younger, a little bit more mature, I was always like, I wish I had a dad to help me, blah, blah, feeling a little bit sorry for myself. And then I figured out, you know what, I don't need anyone. I'm an independent woman, I can do this by myself. And then I just started teaching myself stuff. Like, regardless if you have grown up with father or brothers or whatever, anyone needs to learn how to do things themselves. And I feel like when it comes to all of this DIY reno stuff, you will never get it 100% right, especially when you're starting. And I don't think anyone does. That's why they, like in Australia, they've got apprenticeships for what, 4 years, 3 to 4 years, because people are learning how to do things. But I think we kind of get a little bit sidetracked or a little bit disappointed if we attempt to do something. Well, at least I did. If I attempt to do something and then I don't get it right, so get a little bit like, I can't do anything. But it's taken me a long time to just understand that it's okay. Like, it's not a big deal. Just keep going. And if you don't get it right the first time, give it a go at the second time. And even if you don't get it right the second time, third, fourth, fifth, like, I think if you're determined, eventually you will get it spot on. Which I really don't want to do. Anyway, this desk is really heavy for what it is. Oh my goodness. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, I'm so proud. I love this space. It's gonna look so cute when it's styled. Yup. Love it. Now, let's do this curtain. I've been running in here because this is the window that goes to the street. So I've been running in quickly at nighttime because I know people can see at nighttime, can't they? To grab stuff out of the wardrobe. I don't know, how do you open this? I'm sure there's like a, is it a clip? Oh, hold up. I've just like stopped using my teeth for things. Opening things with my mouth because, you know, it's about time I grew up. I think I'm going to need a knife for this. Oh, wait, I've got my choppy thing. I have no idea what I meant by a choppy thing, but I'm guessing it would have been knife or scissors. But I really need to stop saying I'm sorry, my apologies. I will do my best to try and fix my mouth. Hopefully by like the 5th video, I will be a different person. So I am screwing in the sides of the curtain. I'm sorry, this is not a curtain. I'm screwing in the sides of the roller blind. I got these blind. I'm not sure if I just mentioned it before. I probably did, but I'm going to do it again. So I got these roller blinds from Bunnings for $15. They had ones that were like 30 something, but I kind of did a little sneaky peek at Bunnings and I figured it's the same thing, same. Then this is the part where it falls on me, and that is not because I did a really bad job. That is because I didn't actually click it in. But I was so proud of myself that it wasn't because I did a bad job. It was because I didn't click it in. After I clicked it in, it did perfect. Now, I am doing the curtain rail. I know this looks silly in this part, but I did end up measuring it. So I ended up putting a line on near the ceiling, like a little dot near the ceiling, and I knew how far I was meant to be screwing it on, but I just didn't put it in the video. But do you know what, knowing me, I do measure, like, you know, with one eye closed and the other eye open. I do things like that, and you know what, a lot of the time it's just like you can't really notice it. So not everything is 100% straight, but in this part I did measure it. And I put it exactly where I needed it to be. So now I'm just putting the curtain little needle thingies, little hooks, so that way I can put the curtains up. Now I love this curtain rail. I ordered the curtains and the rail from the same place. Oh shoot, I can't, it's like Curtains Online or DIY Curtains or something, I'm not sure, but if someone really wants to know, just put in the comments and I can let you know, I can find out. And then now I try and do the second side. They are a little bit longer than what I want them to be, but I did order last time the little like the thing that you iron from Amazon. So it comes as a little strip that you iron on top, so it sticks it together, so it shortens it up. And now I'm still yapping on and talking. I like to have a good chat. And cleaning everything up. Give it a little bit of a vacuum. I only realized halfway through that I did have a paint mark across my bum, which, and those are not my painting pants. So now I feel a little bit disappointed because I would have been walking around with paint behind me without even noticing. And then I got these photo frames. So I got these little knickknacks from Kmart, and I got the little photo frames. So I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to style this, and I don't know what happens, but I think I got interrupted by one of my children, so I had to start back in the morning. So as you can see, I did end up doing some of the stuff the night prior. I go on Etsy and I ended up purchasing, artwork or prints from Etsy. And I ended up printing out 2 prints to put in those photo frames. For some reason, I did 2 palm trees in both of the photos. I don't know why, but I think I ended up putting it into a little folder, and by the time I got to finish the folder, which only had 2 photos, I only realized when I got to Kmart, when I was going to print it out, that I had 2 palm trees. But that's okay, they're like different size palm trees, so it kind of fits in. This area is a little office that I also ended up doing for my 4-year-old, because she's very energetic and she loves to do arts and crafts as well. So after she does the, you know, exercises and running around and just going from A to Z, 0 to 100, she can come to this little spot and have a little bit of me time and do some artwork. So I thought it was a very cute space. Thank you so much for watching. If you're around, next video is going to be my oldest daughter's room. So I hope to see you again.